Hi friends, welcome in. Tammy here with Bentley Lane Creations, coming to you with today's sweet little DIY craft. Today we're finishing up the Santa. He is a shelf sitter. He comes with a in a 5-piece set for a tier tray or shelves, or you can possibilities are endless with these pieces. They do not have to necessarily go in a tier tray, but it is part of a 5-piece set. He is stinking adorable. I love painting Christmas things. I just love them. Now, I am doing his beard and his mustache, his hat, the fur on his hat, and the little fur ball on the hat in Crafters Collection White. Crafters Collection is a Hobby Lobby brand paint. And I'm going to give everything here 2 coats of white. So easy, so fun. Now I'm using my little Dollar Tree tool. You can use anything that's sharp and thin to go through these scored edges. I just wanted to clean that up a little bit because I will be painting that a different color, the parts below the little, his little beard. And so I just kind of wanted to make sure that the line was defined there. Now I am painting his face with Deco Art Burlap. This is the color I like to use for any kind of faces or hands or anything. I just love the color of this. So that's what I choose to use. You can use any color you prefer. And then I am using Cardinal Red, and that is a Folk Art brand paint. And I believe you can get Folk Art paints at many stores. I usually pick mine up at Hobby Lobby. I believe Michael's and other craft suppliers carry it. I don't know if Walmart carries that brand or not, but I do know that Amazon does. So, but any color red that you prefer. I do love the Cardinal Red because it looks a little more vintagey. It's not as bright of a red. It's more of a darker red, and I just like the look of it for some of my Christmas items. Now, I don't always use it for my Christmas items, but on some things I do, and I decided to use that color on this set. And I think it turned out very pretty. Now, I am going in between these 2 scored lines is supposed to be his belt. And so I am painting that in black, that stripe there. And you'll see that I am using a brush for this part. Now, I normally use makeup wedges for painting my pieces. But when I have to do a defined area, I do bring out my brushes and I will use whatever brush I feel is going to do the job the best. This time I'm using a very narrow angled brush and just getting that black on there. Now, I normally put 2 coats of every color on my pieces, but because I did the entire body in red, I only needed to go over that belt in 1 time with the black. And then I am going ahead and I am painting his eyes with a brush and doing his little circles. Now, sometimes I've started using the acrylic pens, paint pens for that, but because I already had the black out and already on my plate, I decided to go ahead and use it. I didn't want to waste that paint, and so I decided to just brush them in. But you can do either. Now, you could paint these entire pieces with paint pens if you wanted. That's a personal preference. Now I'm just going in with some white and a very thin brush and just adding some embellishments here and there where I see fit, like I did on his hat, and now I'm doing his little shoes. Now, I don't think I mentioned, but I painted his belt in Deco Art Antique Gold. That's the color I like to use for any kind of belts or anything that needs like a gold color. I love that color. The Antique Gold by Deco Art is very pretty. Now I'm using my Ground Espresso. That is a Distress Oxide ink to go along the edges, just to give it a little bit of more of a dimension, make it look a little more rustic. I just wanted that look for this set, and now I'm gluing it up. Now, you saw me dry fit it all on there first, just so I know I'm putting everything in the right order, in the right places, and then I'll go ahead and start to glue it up in the order that I think is going to be easiest and best. Again, you don't have to glue them up in the exact order that I'm gluing them up, but just giving you a kind of a rough guideline on how to do it. But I always encourage you to dry fit your pieces first, because once it's glued down, there's no taking it back. And I have had it happen before to myself where I've ruined a piece by gluing something down and then something was supposed to go behind it or above it, or in it, then it wouldn't fit. So just always make sure you do that first. Here he is all done up. How stinking adorable is he? Love him in the tier tray. Going to use him this Christmas. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.